All right. Welcome back to Let's Stay Together show. I'm your host, Reverend Rick McCain, along with my baby, my girl, my boo, Mrs. Narcissistic herself.
Right.
We had a good show earlier talking to Mr. McLemore about finding Mr. and Mrs. Right for your relationship and not finding that narcissistic person. And now we've got some great couple here now, and they got something they want to celebrate too. But, baby, I'll let you do that.
Yeah, let me give them the improper introduction again. For all of y'all who are on Chi-Town married couples on Facebook, we have them. We have the founders here tonight, Mr. Nick and Latice Nicholson. I love saying their name, Nicholson. Welcome on the McCain train.
Thank you.
And before we get into it, how did you guys start Chi-Town? Because that's just blowing up the social
tell
media.
us what is Chi-Town, and then tell us how you started.
So basically, it's a group in Facebook for married couples, Chi-Town married couples. I had been going through the Facebook pages and looking at all the groups that I belong to, and just looking at the posts, and I'm like, there's nothing really for married folks like us. And it was an idea, and I always say it was a bathroom idea. You know what I mean? I came out and I told my wife, I said, I'm going to start a group on Facebook for married couples. And she kind of looked and said, okay, do it. And I mean, literally I did it. It took all of 5 minutes to create a group, and then we started adding our friends that we knew were married. And then this thing kind of just went viral.
Yeah. I mean, it has, and I mean, you see that all the time. And one of the people that we, the groups that we like the most, we share with, is always when I get feedback from, is usually the groups from there, and it's like they're always responding back. So thank you all for doing that. For being a part of something for marriage, and we appreciate that. Sure. So, baby, I'm going to start this off. So, what are we talking about again? I don't know nothing.
I know. We're talking about wedding day.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about wedding day. So, they're talking about, is it really different than being roommates? Now, first of all, as a minister, you shouldn't be a roommate anyway. Shame on you. Tracy, don't give me that look.
Why are you looking at me?
I just happen to be looking at this way, the guilty are always the ones that get that bubbled eyes. So
no action in so long.
and that's good. There you go. In Jesus' name.
Oh, God, I gotta quit the show to get some action.
Oh, God and get you covered now, honey. You ain't getting no action until you get married. I was married now. That's what you got to say.
I'll be like, Tracy will be off on Tuesday because she's getting action.
Right.
So Tracy gonna be in trouble on Tuesday evening because she's getting action.
She's gonna be posting on Chi-Town married couples.
Yeah.
You married now.
So we're talking about being married and roommates. I mean, is there really? I mean, honestly, is there really a difference?
Yes.
I'm going to let her go ahead.
She's like, I don't want to say it.
Yes.
Okay. Talk. I mean, I don't really care. I'm gonna be the person. I'd rather have a roommate as long as I can. Why do I got to get married? Why is it different? Why? What's so big about it? She's still here. Just because she got a ring or don't got a ring on her finger, she's still. Why is it so different?
Well, I think that because with marriage, you get a covenant relationship with God.
Amen.
And I think that
she coming back already. Go ahead.
Okay, she said the key word.
Yeah, I think that the relationship is blessed. Think about it. With a roommate, that's sort of, I guess, convenient.
Yeah.
You get mad, you could walk away at any time. Versus a marriage where you're going to try to work harder to, rebuild or restore the relationship. Also, when you think about your family or his family, when you're roommates, that's still his family, that's still your family. But when you're married, it becomes it's your family.
Yeah.
So when you're going through something, you have other people that are praying for you, pushing you towards greatness. I think it's a big difference.
Yeah, and I like that when you said about the covenant relationship, and that's very important that people know that. Mister, what you got to say for me, man?
Well, I mean, obviously, it's a big difference. When we first got married, we didn't live together because her family wasn't going for that. Like no shacking. That's
there you go. That old word, shacking. There you go.
Her family
She's a Catholic girl, right? Did you go to Catholic school?
Yeah. So it was no shacking. Okay, so when we got married, that first night we bought a house and we were living together, and we were kind of like roommates because we didn't know each other. It was like college. When you get in that room for the first time, it's like, all right, what is this person really like? What do they do? You start noticing things like, oh, this person leaves their socks on the floor. The toothpaste is open on the sink.
They roll the toilet paper the wrong way.
Let me just say, we start out as roommates and we evolve into this couple that becomes one. I mean, we really didn't know what we were getting into. But, I mean, the answer is, yes, there is an obvious difference. And you shouldn't walk away from a marriage. It's not that easy, you know?
Yeah, and I like how both of you all said it, because, when you are in a relationship, when you just get there, it is like having a roommate. Me and Brenda's biggest thing one time was ketchup bottle. She puts it in the refrigerator and I leave it out. Wow. I'm looking everywhere for this ketchup bottle.
Catch a bottle.
No, ketchup bottle.
I put mine in the refrigerator.
Okay,
so that's the way we was raised.
I have mine out. I put my. So what is this? A womanhood here? Every woman puts theirs. I leave mine out. So I'm looking everywhere for the ketchup bottle, and she's talking about, oh, it's in the refrigerator. Now that those kind of things happen where you kind of discover how things are. Yeah. But again, as she was saying, you don't want to have a roommate for the rest of your life. And if you're a Christian, you shouldn't have a roommate. But we ain't gonna go there right now. But I got to throw that Christian thing in there. But that covenant relationship is solidified in a marriage. Mm-hmm. It's not if you have a roommate. And you can easily walk away from something. And a lot of people use that as a reason why they stay roommates, because it's so much easier. There's no pressure. But in a relationship, you've got to work harder. You've done something. You made a commitment. And especially if you're a Christian, that commitment is also to Christ too. And so you've got to stay in that relationship. We joke a lot of times when we first got married. We were looking for the first divorce lawyer we could find,
Within months.
Because she was getting on my nerves. I was perfect, yeah. I was perfect. I was perfect. I was doing everything right. God knows I was doing everything. I'm gonna move over if I get shot. But we had that situation where we were ready to leave. But 22 years later, we knew that it was something that we had to work with, and it's glad that you guys broke that down to say, yeah, it does feel like a roommate, but you're not a roommate. You're in a relationship. What you got?
I'm going to switch it.
Go ahead.
You have something to say?
Go ahead, Catholic girl.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I was raised at a Baptist church. My dad was a deacon. I just went to Catholic school. But, also, when you really think about marriage versus roommate, you think about those long-term relationships, and heaven forbid something happens, and the one partner gets sick.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
You have no ability to sign any papers.
Mm-hmm. Speak really to the women out there, the shacking.
You can't sign any papers, for his treatment at all. And heaven forbid they die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then what? You don't have any access to that insurance. You don't have, you don't have any way to bury them. They may have given you their wishes.
Yeah.
They may have told you, this is what I want done.
Mm-hmm.
But because you're not legally that wife, that family is going to supersede you.
And see, doing with the research of this, I was looking at cohabitation. A lot of millenniums believe in cohabitating and just having roommates. They don't believe in being married. They don't even believe in common law marriage, because some common law things you can get some benefits. But now in 2016, it has changed so much. And I know I'm dating all of us. I know you guys are a couple of years younger. But with me, I really believe from my upbringing, it seemed like it was. So it's like, no, you're not going to shack, which was that word. You're going to learn to be friends with him. You're going to be a roommate with him. And then you're going to gel into a marriage. You're going to learn each other. But now everybody's trying to do it the quick way. They're trying to get out. It's like, you know what, why go through this? Because, like you said, something happened. You don't have a right to anything. And it always falls harder on the women. I'm not just saying that, but it does.
I'm going to say this because, back in my day, way
Your day
back,
is our day.
A woman had, and they still do now, had the power in the relationship to make sure that the man realized, you ain't shacking with me. You're not going to sit there and just live with me. The milk's not free kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But now it just seems like, let's try this out so we don't get it wrong. I mean, it's not a job. Yeah. You've got to really work harder. Why is it now that people are so afraid, to get into a relationship? It's easy to be a roommate, but why are we so afraid to take that dive and be in a covenant relationship?
I think people are afraid they're going to miss out on something that life,
FOBO,
something fun that's going on in life, and that was one of the reasons why we started this group. I wanted to start posting and start showing that marriage can be fun, marriage can be beneficial. Think about it: when you're married, your income doubles. Hopefully, hopefully, right? Hopefully. Your possessions double, your resources double. I just think people are afraid of commitment. And some of them are afraid that if they came from a family that is historical divorces happen, parents divorce, they may be afraid that they might not make it.
And that's so true.
Yeah.
That happens a lot. We're talking about commitment. Now, is it Latrice? Latice. Okay, because I got a Latrice. Latice, is it are women now even more afraid of commitment? Because most of the time it was just, it's like 90% men. No, women they wanted the commitment. Are you seeing a change now with some of maybe the counseling or talking that you're doing, that women also seem to be afraid of that commitment as well?
Yes, they are afraid of the commitment. It's the whole notion of, for one, sharing. It's hard for some people. Some people just don't want to share.
Yeah.
They sure do.
They just have no desire to share because they feel like this is mine. What's yours is yours, what's mine is mine. And that type of mentality doesn't really work well in a marriage because technically what's yours is mine, what's mine is yours. Also, it's that fear of getting hurt. You look around for those good guys. You want, most
like
women,
me and Nick, right?
Right.
Okay, good.
Okay. One of y'all.
Ideally you want a guy that's a hard worker, loves God, loves his family, all those things. And sometimes those guys are, for some women, they're hard to find. Or maybe you're overlooking them, looking at something else. So I think that a lot of times women are just afraid. It's hard. I've heard it's hard out here.
Yeah.
No, right. Like we heard it's hard, girl. I wouldn't do it again.
And I think a lot of go ahead.
I'm sorry. I think failure. Like I say, I'm divorced, and I don't want to get married again because I don't want to go through the failing. I'm not worried about getting hurt anymore. I'm more worried about failing again, and I don't want to do that. And then, like you say, the longer you stay divorced, the harder it is to share your space. But I don't want to live with nobody either. I don't want to share my
definitely
space.
don't need to be married then.
Yeah,
you might as well decide to be a nun now, honey. I guess you gonna be a nun. Yeah.
So.
I got your havoc outside right now.
but it's difficult.
Yeah, it is difficult for these single women out here. I'm gonna switch this up a little bit. Now, we know we are all Christians in here. I believe you guys are Christians, especially when Daddy was a deacon, right? So you're a Christian and you're a Christian. Now, we believe in not shacking up, living, cohabitating before marriage. But if someone did that and their purpose was working to get married, how do you guys feel about that?
I mean,
Tell the truth, man. Shame the devil.
Let me say this correctly.
Hey, let me tell you. We talk about things that are taboo. We just talk. We real here, so be real.
It's like test driving a car almost. I mean, if you're gonna buy it or you're not. I mean, I don't know. We didn't grow up in that. I mean, our parents did not.
He went to Mendel.
Yeah, I went to Mendel. So I mean, but I didn't see that in my family. I didn't see that in my. It just wasn't part of our family. So
Right, the culture.
It just didn't. Now, if they're going to get married and that's the goal, then by all means do that.
Yeah.
I mean, because then you might find out this is not who I want to be with for the rest of my life, for real. But I mean, sometimes you just got to jump in. Marriage is not for punks. You got to jump in.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
No punks.
you jump in with 2 feet, and by faith you make it. Okay, so.
Okay.
I'm not going to condemn people if they do it.
Right.
I'm just saying,
You got anything you want to say on that?
Thoughts?
Well, when we were getting ready to get married, we had found a place to live, and it's a funny story. We had found a place to live, and there was going to be maybe 2 months difference between the wedding and the move-in date for the place we found. So, we were going forth, with it. We were getting ready to sign the papers, and we were excited. We went home to tell our families about it, and, my family almost They were like, so Nick's going to live there alone? I was like, no.
I knew she was going to say that.
I was like, no. Why would he do that? We're buying it together. And they were like, well, I don't understand. I was like, what don't you? It was we were going back and forth. Now I was grown, but it was just like this back and forth. Like, well, why would you do that? We don't understand.
Yeah.
What's the point?
It is so funny because that's the same thing that we did.
Right.
We bought the house before, and then I think I was there for like a month and a half without Brenda, and it felt funny being there without her being there. She came over the weekends and stuff and then left, but actually we were already married before that, but nobody knew about it. But it was it's interesting. And now, what I would say about it is that we have to be very careful about condemning people who are moving in the right direction. The Bible tells us we all sin and fall short of the glory of God. So if someone is doing that and they are, living with each other and they're going to the process of getting married. Now, going to the process of getting married shouldn't take 6 or 7 years.
Right.
Okay, you're doing it in a snail process. You should be doing something within the next couple of months or a 6-month period. But if you're going into that process, and we heard the preacher talk about it now, you can't condemn somebody because you're looking at where they are now and not necessarily where they're going to be later. These could be great Christian couples who are going to, help people. It's to sit there and say, I wouldn't do it, and so I condemn you is wrong. So if that person is in that relationship and they're moving forward, I would prefer you not to do that. But if you are, then move forward and do the right thing because like Jesus said, he without sin cast the first stone. There's a lot of people throwing rocks and they don't realize that the only thing they're doing is coming back and hitting themselves.
That's true. Yeah.
So what else you got, baby? Because I can talk about a lot of things.
I know you can, but I did want to emphasize on that because I do know of a few couples who are moving upward in that direction.
Yeah.
And that's a blessing, though. To get property like that, even though you're not married, you haven't signed the paper. It's like, well, we're about to be married in a couple of months, and soon it's like, come on, everything is going in that order. So kudos to those couples out there that's doing their thing.
Because sometimes like for those couples while they're buying the house and they're living together and they're moving toward that goal, for some couples maybe it's strengthening the bond. Maybe there were some things that were shaky, but now together as they're moving toward this goal and becoming familiar with each other, maybe that strengthens their relationship and it helps to propel them. And I think I just really think it depends on a lot on that relationship. Like you said, to each his own. Some people are comfortable with it. Some people just are not comfortable with it. But, you just have to go for a goal. You don't want to, like you said, stay, living together forever. Because then after a while, you don't want to do it. Why would I get married? We're already doing everything married couples do.
And usually that's the man saying that to the woman. The woman will still, the woman still be
putting
waiting.
It on the man all the time.
It usually is. Or the woman woke up and said, I can't do this. We just living together. Then I suggest to you, get out. Stop giving him the benefits and everything of being married. Make a move. But let's shake it up again and say, we know the difference with the relationships, cohabitation, and then common law. But what happens when you've been married? Because we're seasoned married couples here. You've been married for, let's say, over the 7-year-ish jail. And all of a sudden, it's like, why does my spouse feel like a roommate? How do you get that out of that? You go from, I don't want him to be a roommate, but that's what it feels like. Like we always joke in a tri-level. He downstairs, I'm upstairs. Then we come together when we not busy and stuff. Before, the first year was looking for those divorce papers and stuff. But, how can you suggest to a couple, don't make your spouse a roommate?
And I think we went through that ourselves. And be conscious of these very subtle attacks that the devil, and I had to say the D word, because he will come in your house.
Yeah.
He will come in your house.
And stay a while.
He will come in your house, and he can divide you while you're still in that house. The whole man cave concept, that's great for men, but it can keep us separated, keep us isolated, keep us away from our spouse, and then we start feeling like roommates. So I think you need to be conscious of just because you're married, there are attacks, and they can come inside that house. So you need to make a conscious effort take time, and the site has helped us. Even though we created it, it's helped us a lot.
Yeah.
Just from people saying, hey, date your spouse more, kiss, be intimate. So don't get caught up in that trap of, although you're married and you're living in this, and especially the bigger the house, the more places you have to hide.
That's true.
And isolate. So, I mean, we're in a little small loft right now, and we bump into each other with 3 kids, so we can't hide right now. I think that's the best thing for us. So just be conscious of the fact that there are attacks on marriages every day.
Yeah.
Subtle.
You know what, too? I was going to say, and I always have to remind people that I had a good marriage, just a bad divorce. But one of the things I think that makes a difference is that you sometimes lose yourself. That's hot. You sometimes lose yourself in everyday life. And one of the things that, because we did have a lot of children, one of the things that we did do is we made sure that one weekend was family weekend and the other weekend was our date weekend. So sometimes you just got to remind yourself that you are still married and that somebody else is in that house with you and not just your roommate. So I think you just got to don't lose yourself in everyday life.
Yeah.
That's true.
So talk to me a little bit about, because we're going to go into a commercial break again, but we want you guys to stay here with us as we talk up the next 30 minutes. Talk to me about a little bit of what's going on with Chi-Town Marriage. What are you guys doing?
So we're 10,000 plus strong right now.
Woo!
And that happened within, 7 months, 6, 7 months.
Wow.
So the group is very, it's got legs. It's moving. It's every day that somebody posts an anniversary or prayer. Right now, we're trying to promote a couples picnic on July 23rd. That's going to be out is it in Frankfurt? It's all on the page. So we're trying to do things to bring married couples out. We're trying to do a baseball outing at the Sox Park. Sorry to the Cubs fans.
I saw that. Yeah, I'm a Cubs fan, but I might still go.
We just want people to come out. And I think more than anything is just let's show people that marriage can be fun. It's not the whole ball and chain concept. You're not in prison.
And see, and that's the concept. You want to go to the commercial now?
Just keep talking.
That's the concept of what it was over the past few years. It was marriage is dead. Marriage is just nobody doing that. Why buy the cow? You could get the milk free. Yeah. It was just a bad rap for us. That's why I'm just so happy when I stumbled across. I'm like, what is this? And this was so interesting. So every week, since I'm a friend and you're the friend, I love those postings. It just shows couples are out there dating. They look like they in love. They are in love. They showing pictures of their weddings. They're praying for one another.
Exactly.
And you don't get that. You get so the opposite. Yeah. So this has been up only 7 months?
7 months, yeah. We started in January.
So how would someone be able to get in contact to be a member of Chi-Town?
It's a secret group.
It sure is.
I'm going to tell you why, because we were getting a lot of weirdos.
Yeah, I know, believe me.
And so you have to be added by somebody that is already in the group that knows. You can't even find the group. You can't see that you guys are in it. That's other things. So we had to make it secret, and then we still kind of not hard screen, but we do look through people's profiles.
Oh, you got to.
You really do.
And I told Teese, I said, if I see it, the guys and females, if all I see are selfies of you after selfie after selfie after selfie, and I don't see no sign of a husband.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, right,
that's Kim Kardashian.
What you doing on here?
Yeah.
And it's amazing how, having a Facebook page, how much you have to go through to make sure that you get the right people. Yeah. Because you click on the wrong like, and then all of a sudden you got the craziest stuff on. It drives me nuts that I have to go through that all the time, and so I understand that you would want to, keep it, secret where people can find. Hey, we're going to have you guys here with us a little bit longer on the segment. Thank you all for being a part of the show. Hey, we're about to get ready to go to our commercial break here, baby. Where we going?
We're going to Salvation Call and new Pure Flicks. Got to get those movies, people. Love us some Pure Flicks.
Right. Hey, this is Reverend Rick McCain along with my baby, my girl, my boo, Tracy Brown Howard and Dion. Will be right back after these commercial breaks.